All right, guys, so let's talk about it. What is the goal of Palmetto Dissident? My goal pretty much has been and most certainly is now, and things evolve, but my goal is to just bring informational content and provide value to the folks here that are considered my audience. And I set out to do that by being relatable and not being a know-it-all or anything like that. I'm no expert on most anything, and I try to set out to make that clear. But I am learning, and I'm constantly evolving and changing and adapting, and that's something that I think is definitely something that we need to be able to do as prepared citizens, as civilians, as just folks that kind of get it and are paying attention to the way things are in our country, and that set out to make a difference and be able to make things better here in America. And that's really what it's about for me, is just reaching people who are new and people who are maybe a few steps behind me, and giving them information and breaking down some of these more complex, maybe military doctrine or big army tactics, techniques, and procedures and stuff of that nature, so that it's easier for people to comprehend and understand. Take away some of the intimidation factor, because I think that can be a big thing for a lot of folks getting started out, especially on the civilian side. I think there's a lot of intimidation, and I feel like that can sometimes cultivate or manifest into inaction. It's like I don't really know what to do, and it's kind of overwhelming, so I won't do anything. And I think that's a very big mistake. And I feel that we cannot let these different emotions and feelings and thoughts that roll around in our mind, we can't let that get us to a point where we're basically paralyzed and we do nothing. Because I feel that inaction is definitely something that we have to take off the table. We have to do things to prepare and to basically help to continue to be able to provide for our families and maintain somewhat a bit of normalcy, if you will. And I think that's important, and I think that everybody can pretty much come together and agree on that, no matter what your background is or where you're from or what your life experiences may have been or what your economic status may be. It doesn't have anything to do with race or any of this trivial shit to me. It's never been about any of that, and I think that's clear from my content and the messages and the stuff that I've put out over the course of the past few years on my channel here. So I think that's pretty clear. If somebody, if I don't see how you could think that I want to be distracted by any of that. It's all about just making people better, more capable, more self-sufficient, and just making America better by having strong, committed people who are willing to do what they need to do to help out each other and to help make America stronger. And that's pretty much been my position all along. And I just want to try to help the new folks and not have to deal with any kind of crazy stuff. Just break this stuff down to where it's more simple, easier to comprehend, and really, truly, the main thing for me is to try to highlight the ways and some of the different situations where we can draw contrast between military doctrine and quote-unquote tactical stuff and all these different tactics and techniques, etc., and try to draw correlation between that and things that we can do in our civilian life to begin practicing and implementing this stuff, so that it's not new to us in the event that we have to use it. So that these things aren't brand new. It's like, oh, that's the first time I've heard that. No, we need to be looking at this stuff and breaking it down and looking at how we can implement it on a day-to-day basis or in just regular civilian life within the rule of law, because not everything is going to be a full kit and shooting problem. Some of these things are far more diverse than that, and they can be far simpler than that as well. Not everything's going to require you to grab a plate carrier and a battle belt and all this stuff and go do CQB or whatever. There's just so many different levels to it. So that's what I wanted to say to you guys, and just put that out there as pretty much a mission statement, and I hope this helps clarify things going forward. I'll see you guys soon.